Alrighty, let's have a look here. This one's for you, Leo. This is Tarot Illumination with your singles mini love and relationship report for the December-January transition period. Basically, coming into the holidays, that kind of time period. And it's like a mid-monthly playlist. So have fun. Do the routine, watch your sun, moon, and rising, and then reinterpret to suit yourself, okay? Also, I invite you to pause, stop, start, rewind the little video as you need to in order to integrate these questions more deeply into the reading as we go along. Because I'm just going to try and buzz through this, okay? No jumpers, no flyers, no oracles, no reversals, none of it. Keeping it very simple, trying to keep it as simple and direct and honest as possible. And then you can tell your own story on top of it, okay? Cards were well shuffled in advance, but I'd like to go to the very last second so that you are a witness. Now we're going to just cut and cut again. And now we're going to do our thing here. So this would be your love energy that you're radiating, okay, like a beacon. Beep, 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 beep. And this would be what you might attract. Beep, 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 beep. Okay. And if someone like this showed up, this is an indication of the nature of the relationship over here. And from there, what would be the prospects of the relationship? Where's it going? Where's it heading? And over here is what I think of as the weather. It's circumstantial energy prevailing over here. It's not yours specifically, but it's very important to be aware of it and then make the most of it, okay? And understand it so that the weather doesn't own you. You make the best of the weather. And you've got the Ace of Cups. Go Leo. Go Leo. So it's like this is an opportunity for you now, Leo, to enjoy what it feels like to be swimming in a swimming pool full of love, so to speak. I often feel this card as like the embodiment of love and healing, the embodiment of the healing power of love as it flows into our lives by our invitation, primarily also by our acceptance and allowance of the energy to flow. That's the key. The opportunity is here, and it wouldn't be there unless you deserved it, Leo. So the question now becomes, are you aware? Are you aware? Do you fully understand what's going on here when it comes to love energy? It doesn't matter if you do or you don't. It's weather. It's going to be constantly changing and changing moment by moment. But right now, it's all about being aware of the fullness of love, about how the whole universe is made out of this substance, this amazing energy field in which we swim all day, every day, most of the time without being even aware. So if you don't get it, it doesn't matter. It's still beautiful circumstances. And if you do get it and you want to take it, make the best of the situation, go for it. It'd be like if you're, I don't know, a surfer or a sailor or something, and you just get a flash report on your fancy smartphone. It says perfect conditions, go now. And you think, uh-oh, I'm going to leave work early and just go for it. Because you understand, you get it. It doesn't happen every day. What are you radiating? Whoa. Okay, let's get serious, people. King of Cups. No messing around here. You, Leo, seem to be very clearly determined to, let's say, almost strut your stuff a little bit. Not too flashy, not too, not pompous or anything, but more in a very, let's say, dignified manner where you might feel that you are doing a really good job of already kind of being the embodiment of this love energy. And especially if you're actually in very turbulent situations right now at a very, very subliminal level where, because this energy is here, it could be an awakening, like, what's it like when this is not here? So when this is present, it's almost like the feeling like it's really hard to understand and appreciate how good the weather can be at times unless you have an awareness of how awful it can be. And it might be that you're doing a very good job of swimming in very challenging conditions right now, and the weather is indicating that you're doing a great job, and bravo. And this is still here available. It's just that you might be consumed with, let's just say, managing the energy so that you are not ruffled by it. Sometimes people are very disoriented, disturbed, or confused about love at this kind of scale. They don't get it. And they might not feel that they deserve it, and it can feel disruptive to the point where they become emotionally controlling, so that they don't get upended or tipped over by the deep currents that happen in love relationships. Some people are very skilled at navigating those big, deep wave currents in love relationships, but not everybody can handle it. Not everybody even wants it. So the dignity here is about, you might be doing a very good job of handling very challenging situations. On the other hand, you might be doing a very good job of handling very good situations too, in which either which would attract something like this. Wow, perhaps like celebration of maybe like feeling like someone over here may wish to celebrate their notion of love with you on a kind of scale, because you would appeal like hot to them, like, wow, there's that King of Cups person. That's just fine for me, because that's the sort of person I want. Someone that I can, like, let's say, do it. What's that expression? Uh, you know, I can't think of what it is now, but do it properly. You know, turn it into an engagement. Formally tell your mates and buddies that you've got something going on. So there's a lot of love here. Basically, Leo, there's a lot of love going on here. And you might be just unconsciously radiating that in your own magnificence, and therefore attracting this type of person who's very interested in getting hooked up, especially with you. Their primary interest is getting hooked up with a good catch. But this would be, oh, you. How convenient is that? So this could be a very workable situation here. No guarantee. Who knows what the outcome is? Because this is all perspective. This is all just what if, and it's very joyful. It's very celebratory, and it's good for everybody. It's like the wedding party type energy. In other words, you know what? I feel so good. I'm going to have a party just to celebrate my awesomeness and see who shows up. And someone who understands that shows up. And it's like when you meet someone at a party and that other person is coming in there like with an agenda. Sometimes when people go to weddings and you meet your future mate there at the wedding in the crowd, because a lot of weddings happen at that age group where a lot of people are getting hooked up. And not everybody showing up at the wedding is already wedded. So you could be attracting someone who's very much interested in that vibe, and it just happens to occur in a jovial situation. And so that could be fun. That could be a lot of fun. Let's have a look what's going on down here. What if something like this does happen? Okay. Well, it might rattle you a little bit emotionally. Maybe you think maybe this is too good to be true, and you might want to like put on the brakes and think, wait a minute, what's happening here? It's almost like the King of Cups, very dignified, is saying, "I am the King of Cups," and then, like they're all over you, like, oh gosh. Hey, when are we gonna? I think you're awesome. I think you're awesome. I noticed you from the other side of the room, and you start going like, excuse me, like, who are you? And I'm like, well, I'm just like, I've always been a fan of yours, and it would just be so awesome for us to be like, and then you kind of go like, hold on a minute. I'm the boss here. I take care of the emotional drama. Thank you very much, which involves making very, very important decisions. And I'm not ready to make those kind of decisions yet. So if you don't mind, I'm of the frame of mind that if I want to, I'm going to reserve the right to withhold any decisions for now, because I'm not really sure I know what to do, because this is like so much love energy and I'm not used to it. Thank you very much. And you you are freaking me out. You are freaking me out with all this lovey-dovey stuff. Okay? Thank you. I'm glad you fancy me, and that's great, but give me some time. Okay? I like to be liked just like you, but anyway. So it's like it could be defensive behavior too. You could be on the defensive, even though there's something potentially very lovely here. It could put you on guard because you might not be used to it. Like I was explaining earlier, so this kind of energy can be so big that people don't understand it. It scares people. A lot of people are scared to receive and allow big love to flow in their lives. And they actually end up scaring it away and shunning it, even though that might be what they want and what they deserve. So where does this take us? Whoa. So with the King of Wands here, remember this is your reading about you, Leo. It's not a couple's reading. This is just potential energy of what if. Like, what if they showed up? What would it be like? Well, it can take you to this kind of position where, let's say you can handle it. Let's say you, dear Leo, attract like somebody suitable, acceptable to your standards and qualities, and they are like, oh, that's cool, it worked out. You're just being very, very, very cautious here, which could actually translate into even a more magnified version of your own, let's say, dignity here, where by your like deliberate behavior of saying, excuse me, hold on, wait a minute, we're going to do this the proper way. I need to make some important decisions here. That can actually make you even more appealing, because then you become perceived as someone who actually, truly, really knows what they're doing. And that can be very inspiring for others. That can be very magnetic. In other words, just by being who you are, Leo, and attracting something quite lovely, potentially lovely, and then allowing yourself to be very reserved on how you deal with it, and either being aware or not being aware, you now feel more, let's say, more amplified and more able to like be even better than you were before. Thank you very much. Which is very appealing to others. So it's like one of those positive feedback loops, if that makes sense. In other words, the better it gets, the better it gets. That type of energy. That's what I'm feeling here. Okay, so I'll leave that here for you. You guys can reinterpret. You figured it out. I wish you a wonderful holiday and blessings to you and your loved ones. Bye. Bye, bye, bye.